Hi, this is Anushka Arora. This is just a small special little video just to say thank you to everybody who has been with me throughout my journey over the 10 years. So that's right, I'm celebrating 10 years of being in radio and TV. So from back in the day, from Club Asia to Sunrise Radio to BBC Asia Network, and now back to Sunrise Radio. And of course, you know, everybody who has stuck by me on social media, who listens to my radio show on a daily basis, thank you so much. This is from the bottom of my heart, and I just want to give you a big squishy hug and lots of kisses. Mwah. Coolest thing that I've ever done would definitely be as part of my trip to Mauritius. So Sunrise Radio sent me out to broadcast for a whole week in Mauritius earlier this year, and one of the things that I actually had to do, it was on my itinerary, was to do a walk with the lions. Now, lions are my absolute favourite animal, being a Leo. I think you must know that already as well. It literally, I wasn't scared, I wasn't petrified or anything of that sort. I mean, if there was a spider that came into the room now, I'd probably freak out. However, walking with the lions was the most beautiful and the most magical thing that I've ever done in my entire career. So the nicest actor that I've ever interviewed has got to be John Abraham. Now, John Abraham is a very special one because he was my very first interviewee that I did at Sunrise Radio in 2007. So he came into the studio very tall, very good looking. So since then, we share a really good relationship. I mean, he was the most nicest, the most handsome, the most good looking Bollywood actor that walked into the studio, and especially I think because it was in the first few weeks or months of my career when I had started at Sunrise Radio. So I was floating on cloud nine, but aside from that, he has always been so nice, and I'm so happy to say that 10 years down the line, we're still in touch. So yes, John Abraham. So my experience of working with Shah Rukh Khan and Fan was on another level. I had no clue that this was going to happen. I actually went as an extra, to be as an extra in this film, in Fan. We shot for that whole scene during the day and whatever, and then the production guy came up to me and he said, you know, we need somebody for the next day. And I was literally just standing right there. And he asked the casting director, who was also standing there as well, saying that we need somebody who speaks Hindi. And my audition was literally, he handed me a piece of paper and he told me to read the line that he had on the piece of paper, and he said, right, you're coming tomorrow. So the next thing I know, I've been called in for day 2 of filming with Shah Rukh Khan for the movie Fan, and it happens to be a role of a journalist, which I am, which made perfect sense. And I spent the whole day filming with Shah Rukh Khan, and it was a scene where he had to shout back at me. I had to ask a question and he had to shout back at me all day. That's all he did. But him being Shah Rukh Khan, he even apologized. So Shah Rukh Khan is just like, I don't even know how to explain how it was working with him, to be honest with you, but he was so lovely. He spoke to me, he had a full-on conversation with me. So yeah, another thumbs up for Shah Rukh Khan. The highlight of my career, I mean, I think there's so many to choose from, but I have to say in 2016 in January, I went to broadcast live from the Big Boss house. Now, if you don't know what Big Boss is, it's the Indian version of Big Brother. So I speak about it a lot on the radio show. I'm quite obsessed with that show, actually, you know, reality TV junkie. And it was just surreal. Like, my dream has always been to go to Mumbai and work out there. And I was so fortunate enough that this happened, this opportunity came to me. And I went on the set, it was a finale, and all the contestants were there. Obviously there was a big hype around who was going to win the show, and of course Salman Khan hosting the show, so that was another story in itself. And then you know, I was there broadcasting live, and then the next thing you know, I've been invited to the after party, and I was like, are you sure I can come to the after party? Because Salman can't host the after party. So anyway, don't know how I got in. Actually, I do know how I got in. It was Nora, one of the contestants, who I ended up getting on with really well. She was like, why don't you just come to the after party? And I was like, okay, I will. And everybody was there. Salman Khan, his family, his sisters, his bodyguards, like literally the whole entourage, the whole of the Big Boss contestants, they were all there. And it was just surreal. And the next thing you know, someone comes walking by and I'm like, hey, hi, I'm from Sunrise Radio. He was like, yes, I know Sunrise Radio. And I was like, can I have a picture with you? He was like, yes, of course, why not? So again, Salman Khan being like the superstar and the box office king that he is, I think the Big Boss was the big highlight of my career for sure. Yes, there was one actually. I remember we were in the Southall building of Sunrise Radio. We're not there anymore. And one of the presenters, she had buzzed me from upstairs, from the upstairs studio. And she was asking about a CD. She was like, oh, I need the CD, where is it? And I had left, without realizing, I left my mic fader on and we were just having a conversation. And I was just telling her, oh yeah, the CD's in my car. You can come down and get the keys. And the next thing you know, all the phone lines are flashing in the studio and I'm like, what's happened? And then I answer the phone calls and everybody's like, you know, we just had that whole conversation. And I was like, oops. The best event that I have ever hosted in my career has got to be Arijit Singh when he came here in 2015. He performed here at Wembley Arena and I am not even joking, that concert was the best concert ever. From everything, from production to the audience to Arijit, because he was kind of like becoming really big at that time. So he was right on his peak. I mean, he still is anyway, but you know, there was that time when the whole Aashiqui 2 song was happening and all of that, and it was just a magical moment to watch him. He literally sang his heart out from beginning to end. So Arijit Singh in 2015 has to be the one. So the songs, there's two songs that my listeners and fans and friends and family associate me with. One is Bebo My Bebo from Comeback Tishk, which is picturized on Kareena Kapoor. And because you know that Kareena is my favorite, and a lot of my listeners also call me Mini Bebo because they know how much I love Kareena. So that's one. And then the other one is well, my all-time favorite actress is Kareena Kapoor Khan. I just love that girl so much. I think she is a diva in her own right, and I think she's the only one that can actually get away with being a diva and doing half the things that she does. She's obviously a mum now, and I'm really looking forward to watching her in Veere Di Wedding. I loved her, absolutely loved her in Refugee. I thought she was stunning and her acting was just out of this world. And of course, Jab We Met was the best ever. My current most favorite actor is Ranveer Singh, because you just love him. You just have to love him. I mean, he's just like, he just doesn't care about anything. I know this is going to sound really weird, but the fact that he's madly in love with Deepika and that he just shows it to the media, he shows it to all of us. I should be jealous, but I'm not, because I love that. I love that quality in a guy, by the way. So yeah, Ranveer Singh, and he is, 1, he's a really good actor. 2, he's really good looking. 3, he's really good looking. 4, he's really good looking. 5, he's really good looking. 6, he's really good looking. So yeah, Ranveer Singh. Current most favorite actress has to be Alia Bhatt. I think that's such such a young age, she has achieved so much. She's tiny. I mean, like, she's only in her 20s, and she has done roles like Urta Punjab and Highway, and then she's done like stuff like Student of the Year. So I don't know how she does it, but she is one fine actress. And also, she reminds me a little bit of Kareena Kapoor as well. I think that's why I like her a lot.